Does God really exist? If the Creator exists, what is its relationship with all things? This is the focus of Christian theology. It is also the fundamental concern of metaphysics, addressing all inquiries. Over 1,100 years ago, the first scholastic philosopher of the Middle Ages, Eriugena, once gave a genius-like answer. Today, let's take a few minutes to review this historical journey of speculation. In the year 858, Charles the Bald appointed Eriugena to translate the three works of Pseudo-Dionysius into Latin, which includes divine names, the celestial hierarchy, the ecclesiastical hierarchy, and the divine names. We won't delve into Pseudo-Dionysius here. Let's return to Eriugena. Eriugena, in his translation work, gradually became deeply fascinated with Neoplatonism's views. Regarding the issues mentioned in the book, he began to contemplate and tried to construct his own philosophical system. He compiled his thoughts and ideas. After organizing them, he named it On Nature, which is what we commonly refer to today as the distinction of On Nature. In this book, we can see the regulations Aristotle made about nature. Aristotle believed that nature is a general term, referring to all existing and non-existing things. Nature is what the mind can comprehend, or everything beyond the reach of the mind's power. Of course, here nature is just a broad concept. Aristotle made 4 distinctions about this. He believed the first type of nature is nature that can create rather than be created. It includes all existing things, and all reasons for non-existing things, such as the Creator God. The second type is created, yet can also create. It is the cause of many creations, referring to the many ideas existing within God. Its unified form is logos. The third kind, it is nature created and unable to create. It arises in time and space, and is known to people, such as everything in the world. All are manifestations of God's ideas. The fourth kind is non-creative, and nature that cannot be created. It is the ultimate purpose of all things. That is, the Creator God. Avicenna believed all things in the world come from God and return to God. God created all things. God exists in all things. God is the essence of all existence. In the entire nature, God achieves unity here. We can see, although Avicenna did not directly deny God, but his philosophical system is similar to pantheistic ideas, already has a certain similarity. What's even more fascinating is Avicenna's view on existence and the process of proving non-existence. He believes the most important distinction in nature is between existent things and non-existent things. He believes that God belongs to the category of non-existent things. His intention is not to say that God does not exist, but to say that God does not fit Aristotle's 10 categories of existence. Because God transcends existence. The mercy of this eternal and infinite God. Maybe the only name we can give could be non-existent things. According to the natural system of Averroes, we can consider, where should the position of humans be? Averroes believes that humans are both animals and not animals. Humans possess reason, thought, and rich inner emotions. But humans also have a body like animals, having an external self. So he believes that humans are created in 2 stages. Once on earth, created along with all animals. And another time, it is in the second nature. All wise creatures were created together. In his view, humans possess an indivisible soul. This soul is a whole life. Holistic thoughts, holistic reason and memory exist. Within this soul, it carries the role of God's agent. From this soul, human bodies were created. The soul belongs to the created, and the creative nature, which is the aforementioned second nature. This second nature is embraced by Averroes, seen as the original cause of all things. And these original causes correspond to Plato's ideas in the theory of forms, can be considered equivalent. So in Averroes' view, the concept of creating humans is based on God's form, created as such. Although Averroes in the discussion of nature often references the content of the Bible, but from his philosophical system's perspective, he was closer to the new Neoplatonic thought of paganism, because it differed from the traditional Christian thought of the past. His distinction of natural philosophy within the church also faced criticism from many authoritative scholars. In the year 855, and at the 2 religious councils in the year 859, many bishops and authoritative scholars condemned his work. Until the year 1225, Pope Honorius III of the time once ordered to collect all the existing works and copies of Alain de Lille and send them to Rome for burning. Despite Alain de Lille's philosophical system always served God, but he treated existence and non-existence as a whole. The process of mutual transformation of movement. In Alain de Lille's philosophical system, we can see that he possessed a very high level of speculative thinking, compared to the so-called Dark Middle Ages. This stereotypical historical impression formed a stark contrast. Although Avicenna was the first philosopher of the school in history, but in him flows the ancient Greek philosophical spirit, especially that of Al-Farabi. The thoughts of Plato, Aristotle, and others had a great influence on him. If the cultural spirit of the Carolingian Renaissance, deeply rooted in this barren and barbaric land of Western Europe, then Avicenna is the first flower of speculation to emerge. Stay tuned as I take you through a popular look at philosophy. Next time, we'll talk about another important philosopher in early scholastic philosophy, Saint Anselm. Friends, see you next time.